All right, guys, we are back for round 3 or group 3 of Top Eliminator 2025 Spring Nationals. So got some really killer cars, good mixture of stuff in this one. 4 gears, Vipers, Jag cars, custom cars, one-offs, Tycos, pretty much you name it, trucks, T-Jets, you name it, we got it. So first up in the right lane, we are going to do the Torino, Jeff Wallace out of Texas in the right lane. Going to be running up against the Rental 6, Bono out of Michigan in the left lane. Love the paint job on that thing. All right, here we go. First pass of Group 3, seeding 1. All right lane, 627 with a 0. Left lane, 14444. Lots of 4s on that one. All right, so we got it kicked off. Torino, 627. That's a great pass. 144 is not bad either, so 44th out over. Next up, Wagon, Jeff Clausen out of Minnesota in the right lane. Running up against the Datsun pickup, Outlaw Lee Fisher out of Florida, running in the right lane. Couple of really cool cars. Both got wheelie bars. Both are ready to rip. Here we go. Wow. All right. Wagon runs.
Use the whole shutdown.
527 with a 4. And the truck runs an 813 with an 8. So if we were index racing, the truck would have won on that pass. That thing did use up all the shutdown. Pretty crazy. So not a lot of traction magnet in that one. It actually has a traction weight. Looks like stuffed in it, which I do not know how that is in there, but it doesn't look like it's in there correctly. The thing's got all kinds of weird stuff going on it right now. I don't know what's going on that car, but ran a 527. I'm not going to mess with it. Looks like it actually did knock the body a little bit crooked though, so that I will fix. Next up in the right lane, we got Belfast. Cody Clark out of Colorado. So pretty slick looking paint job. Airbrushed on the Viper chassis. Up against the no-name Rick Williamson car. It's a black Pro Mod 53 Vette. Gonna be in the left lane. Couple of slick cars. They are ready to rip. Here we go. All right, looks like Rick Williamson takes that one, runs a 459 with a 9. Right lane runs a 766 with a 0. All right, couple of good runs. Next up, the last 2 on this side of the ladder, we got the Tampa Bay Bandit, Tom Mathey, running in the right lane. Actually need to wipe off the Sharpie on that one real quick. Learned a trick from Sam that is if you put dry erase over Sharpie, it will pull it.
Mostly.
Kind of. That's good enough. And he is running up against Dumpster Fire, Chris White out of Ohio in the left lane with the Auto World 4 gear. All right, guys, here we go. Seating. All right lane, 548. 548 with a 6. Left lane, 682 with a 3. 682 with a 3. So Right lane takes that one. Okay, we're moving over to the right side. So we got Mother's Worry, Richard Hice out of Ohio in the right lane. Running up against Misfire, Gabe Zamor out of Minnesota. Has some of the shiniest pickup shoes I think I've ever seen on a slot car. They are staged up and ready to rip. Here we go. All right, left lane takes the win, 656 with a 9. And the right lane runs a 1.1480. Couple of good passes. Make sure you guys are keeping track of your times with your official SCDRL race log. So that is a free download on the viperscalerace.com website. Next up, we have Tom Mathey's Anglia run in the right lane. I believe that is a dash chassis. So good to see some different cars out there. I also need to remove the dry erase from it. There we go. And in the left lane, we got Clark Gaynor's black fronty car in the left lane. That is a Jag chassis under that one. Pretty slick. Here we go. All right. Needed a little bump there. Right lane runs a 1.5025. Left lane, 928 with the 5. Not ideal for the Anglia. They will be able to come back for another round. Next up, we have Blue Mercury, Myron out of Ohio in the right lane this time. Going to be running up against New Balance, Wesley Young, Badass Beef Jerky out of Oregon. Tyco. Pretty quick Tyco, if I remember correctly. Racers are ready. Sam's ready. Here we go. Right lane, 642 with a 1. Takes that one. Left lane runs a 718 with a 5. So if they were racing, Myron, actually, wait, not Myron, Wesley would have taken that one with that 718. Next up, last pair, we got Cooter, Ronnie Mullins out of Colorado in the right lane with the tow truck. Running up against rental car by Frank Kenney out of Wisconsin, excuse me. Had a cheese burp pronouncing Wisconsin, so it happens. All right, everybody's ready. Sam's in position. We are going on green. All right, right lane, 968. Or 966 with an 8 for Cooter. Left lane runs a 124.67. That concludes first seating for top eliminator. So I'm going to go ahead and get the tires cleaned, and we will be back to run the cars in the other lane. All right, guys, we are back for seating 2. First up in the left lane this time, we got the Popo Torino, ran a 627 earlier. Very, very respectable run. Up against the rental, Bono out of Michigan, going to be in the right lane this time. Ran a 144. So both cars are going to be looking to pick up a little bit of time, but not too much. So here we go. This is seating 2. All right, left lane runs a 684 with a 3, so definitely slow down. Right lane speeds up, runs a 1.3557, so that is going to be bumping that car into a quicker index. Good job. Make sure you guys are keeping track of your times just for data log for that particular car. Next up, we got the Wonder Wagon, going to be in the left lane this time. That thing just, I can feel that stuff touching on the track. Let me go grab my my magnifiers real quick, because I don't really want to run that down the track with this stuff hanging out the bottom there. So, all right, guys. So I just figured out, and I'm going to pop this body off of here. These traction mags are in 90 degrees off of how they're supposed to be. So I don't think that is by design, and even if it was, I'm not going to let it run down the track again like that. So I'm going to pull a magnet clip. You can see that thing is definitely in there crooked. So you want the cut face to be down. You don't want that to be sideways like that. So that is probably just an error on his part, but you can see now it sits nice and flush, which is how it's supposed to be. If you're thinking that by running the magnet sideways like that, that you're getting more magnetic downforce, you are wrong, because it doesn't work like that. The face that is made to go down is the face that you want to have down. That's max downforce. So get that thing back going. If you disagree with me, I'll just DQ the car next time, because I don't want that kind of stuff running down the track. So sorry, but not sorry. So in the left lane this time, we got the Wonder Wagon. Chicken agrees. Right lane, Datsun pickup, Outlaw Lee ran an 813 earlier. Here we go. This is seating 2. All right, left lane ran a 469, so it picked up quite a bit. 469 with a 2. Right lane also picked up, ran a 790 with a 2. Pretty sweet. That will set their indexes for round 1. Let's get these guys up on the deal here. Next up, we got Belfasttttt with a lot of T's. Cody Clark going to be in the left lane, ran a 766 earlier. Running up against Rick Williamson's No Name, ran a 459 earlier. He's going to be in the right lane this time. Sam is at the end of the track. He's coming up to do a quick little view on those guys. We've got the shutdown all fixed up. Safety Safari's off the track. Here we go. All right, looks like Rick runs a 452 that time. 452 with a 6. Cody runs a 732, so that definitely went in the right direction for both of those guys. Great run. That will get their indexes set. If you guys haven't checked out Rick Williamson's Hairy Canary Bodies, he makes some really, really cool stuff. He is also one of our sponsors, so quick shout out to him. Next up, Tom Mathey in the left lane, ran a 548 earlier. Pretty quick. Running up against the dumpster fire, Chris White ran a 682 earlier. Very quick 4-gear. These guys are ready to go. Here we go. All right. right, left lane runs 527. 527 with a 9. Right lane runs quicker also, 674 with a 7. So both cars picked up quite a bit that time. They will both be happy with that. We're going to move over to the right side of the ladder. We'll go up top here back to Mother's Worry, Rick Hice. Going to be in the left lane this time. Ran a 1-1-4. And we got Misfire, Gabe Zamor in the right lane. They are staged up. Looks like the crew making a last minute adjustment out there. All right, they're off the track. Drivers are staged. Here we go. All right, right lane runs a 640 with a 5 for Gabe. And Rick runs a 1-1-3-2. So they both pick up. They both lower themselves, not in a new index, but they both go lower in their respective spots, which is great. That's what we want to see. Now moving on to the Anglia, running in the left lane this time. Ran a 150 last time. It needed a little bit of help. The shoes do look kind of funky, but not much I can do about that now. Set that there on the right lane. That car definitely smells like Marlboro Mystery Oil. Running up against Clark Gaynor in the right lane this time. Ran a 928. All right. Funny car and an Anglia. Here we go. All right, right lane goes 999 or 997 with a 6. Left lane picked up big time, ran a 1.2257. So that car picked up quite a bit of time that time. All right. Clark lost a little bit of time, unfortunately, on that one. Next up, the Blue Mercury running in the left lane, ran a 642 earlier. It's very quick. Running up against New Balance Beef Jerky, Wesley Young ran a 718 earlier. Both going to be looking to run low in their index. Here we go. All right, left lane goes 667 with a 7. Right lane goes even closer to their dial or their index, 707 with a 6. So that car is getting there. That old Tyco putting in work. It's a pretty quick Tyco. I think that might be the fastest Tyco we've had so far. He must have some kind of special stuff on his body because our sticker's not sticking to it very well. Next up, Cooter in the left lane this time ran a 966 earlier. Up against Rental 16, ran a 1246. Cooter's winch looks like it's trying to stage for him. Could be an infraction, but I don't think that anybody will care much. Here we go. All right, Cooter runs 922. Great run for Cooter, 922 with a 4. Right lane slows down a little bit, runs a 1.2624. So they were probably looking for a little bit more than that, but that is going to conclude seeding 2 for Group 3. We're going to get these tires cleaned, and we'll be back for first round, get the computer set up in index mode, and we'll see you then. All right, guys, we are back for round 1, Group 3, Top Eliminator 2025 Spring Nationals. First up, we have in the right lane the Torino running in the 600 index. running up against the rental 6, Ron Bono, run a 1-3, going to be running in the 1-3 index. So there will be quite a bit of a head start here. Let's get this guy set up. So 0.6 in the right lane and 1.3 in the left lane. So this is first round. Sam's ready to go. We have pretty big spread here, 0.6 of a second, 0.7 of a second. And the right lane takes the win on that one. Runs a 6.10 with a 7. Really great pass. Unfortunately, the 136 isn't going to cut it up against the 6.10. So quite a bit of a difference there. It's a bummer, but that Torino is moving on. So great run right there. Next up in the 400 index, we got Jeff Clausen with the Wonder Wagon. Let's get that put in here. It's going to be in the 400 index, right lane. Running up against the Datsun pickup of Outlaw Lee, who dipped into the 700 index. 0.3 head start for Lee. Sam's ready. We're ready. Cars are staged. Crew chiefs are off the starting line. Here we go. Right lane takes it with a 462. 462 takes the win. The Wonder Wagon moving on. Outlaw Lee ran a 782, so that's not going to cut it. We'll be looking for a little bit more speed out of that one, or actually maybe even slow it down. Next up, we got Belfast, Cody Clark in the right lane, 700 index. Gonna be running up against, let's just get this in here. Gonna be running up against Rick Williamson in the 400 index. So 0.3 head start for Cody. Here we go. Rick's gonna run him down. Cody gets there first though, 709. So 709 to a 458. So that car really woke up that time around. Ran a 766, 732, then runs an 09. So that sucker might be close to breaking out next round. Who knows? We won't know till we see it. So next up, we got Tom Mathey in the 500 index with the Viper funny car in the right lane, running up against Dumpster Fire Chris White on a 600 index in the left lane. Here we go. 1/10 head start. Gonna have to run him down. Here we go. And he drives around him, 527 for the right lane. So Tom Mathey moving on. It's a 527 to a 677. So we will see Dumpster Fire later on, though, in Top Fuel 4 gear. Great job. Moving over to the right side of the ladder. In the right lane with a 1-1 index, we have Rick Hice. Going to be in the right lane. Up against Gabe Zamor in the 600 index in the left lane. Looking at a half a second head start for Rick in Mother's Worry. Gabe's going to have to run him down. Sam's ready. I'm ready. Racers are ready. Here we go. Gabe does run him down. Runs a 630. 630 takes that one to a 1.142. So 42 thousandths over for Rick. Gabe only went 30 thousandths over. That's how that works, guys. Next up, right lane. Tom Mathey's Anglia ran a 122, so he will be in the 1-2 index. right lane. I believe that's a Dash Mondo car. Running Clark Gaynor in the left lane in the 900 index. Looking at a 3/10 head start for the Anglia. Here we go, guys. Ooh, it looks like we had a breakout in the left lane. Breakout in the left lane. Hands the win over to Tom Mathey. Tom Mathey takes that one. Runs a 1:2:13 to Clark's 8:95. So he broke out. Tough one there. Always tough when you break out. But it is nice to see the car make its fastest pass. So next up, right lane. We got, let's see, right lane, we got the blue Mercury. And the left lane, we got New Balance running in the 700 index. Get that in here. Left lane, 700 index. And the right lane, Myron Benner running at 600 index.
I just got the name for that car. Because Corvette drivers always wear New Balances and jorts. The car meets with the tube socks. Yes.
Yes.
We love your
Wesley's our
love your beef jerky and your car names. Good job.
Yep. That was like a bzz, bzz.
Wow.
Heck yeah. All right, guys, we got the track set. This is going to be a close race. Myron is going to have to run Wesley down. Here we go. Wesley's going to get the head start. Oh, and Wesley just runs a 703 on a 700 index. That is lethal. New Balance moving on to second round. Unfortunately for Myron, he is out first round, but that is a very, very good pass out of New Balance. Definitely has a new spit shine on those New Balances. 3-stripe socks, you know the drill. Next up, right lane, Cooter running in the 900 index, going to be in the right lane. Let's get that in here. He's going to be running up against one of the rentals. Ran pretty consistent 1.2s. So he is going to get chased down 0.3 of a second head start to the rental car. Ran by Frank Kenney. Here we go. Last pair, first round. And the truck drives around and runs a 907. 907, that is going to be a very, very close second round matchup up against New Balance. Crazy, crazy run. Very consistent, guys. I'm going to go ahead and get the tires cleaned real quick. And we will rip off second round. Got quite the types of cars here. We got Vipers, Dash, Tyco, another Viper. On this side of the ladder, we got a Viper. This one is a Viper with a 4-gear conversion. And looks like this side actually is all Viper right now. So another Viper and another Viper. So, but all different types. Road course cars, converted cars, hard bodies, custom bodies, all kinds of stuff. So that's what I love about this class is you get to see it all. So first up in the right lane, we have the Popo Torino Jeff Wallace in the right lane. That is a braid car, very good running braid car. Running up against the Wonder Wagon, Jeff Clausen in the right lane, in the left lane, with a 400 index. So we have a 600 versus a 400. Jeff is going to have to chase him down. Can he do it? Let's see. Here we go. Ooh, we had some sputter off the line, but it didn't seem to hurt him too bad. So right lane, 623. 623 moves on to the semis. Wonder Wagon runs a 466, so he does run a good pass, but it's just not quite enough. Next up in the right lane, we have Cody Clark in the 700 index. Going to be running up against Tom Mathey's 500 index car. So we got a 2/10 head start for Cody. Tom's going to have to chase him down, but the name of the game is to run as close to your index as possible without breaking out. Racers are ready. Everything is set. Here we go. Watch the lights. Cody takes that one with the 717. Cody moving on, 717. Tom ran a 532, still respectable, but just not quite enough. Let's see. I think that's where they go. This one actually goes down here. Move over to the right side of the ladder. We got Gabe, Misfire, 600 index in the right lane. Running up against Tom Mathey's Anglia. Tom's got cars on both sides of the ladder, but Anglia ran a 122, so it is stuck in that 1.2 index. So we're looking at a 6/10 head start. Gabe's going to have to run him down. Let's see what that looks like on the track. Ooh, breakout in the left lane. Gabe runs a 625 to take the win. He is moving on. We had a breakout 117.12. Bummer for Tom's car, but that could be a PB. So sometimes it's not the end of the world if you break out, if it's your PB. Next up in the right lane, we got New Balance already. We're already back around, guys. 700 index. He is going to be running up against Cooter. This is going to be a really, really close race, guys. Cooter in the 900 index, so he's going to get 2/10. Wesley's going to have to run him down. Cars are staged. Computer's set. Let's roll, see what happens. Oh, double breakout, double breakout. Left lane takes the win though, breaks out less. So breaks out less. He broke out by 5 thousandths. Wesley broke out by 8, so tough loss, but double breakout. Cooter moves on. Wesley's car picks up at the end. That is a bummer. We're going to get these tires cleaned. We running these things back to back, guys. They're not even warm. Nothing gets hurt. Doesn't hurt nothing.
Except egos.
Yes, it does crush egos. But slot cars have been doing that for decades. All right, guys. We got semifinal time. Popo Torino, 600 index, going to be in the right lane. Going to be running up against Cody Clark in the left lane with a 700 index. We'll get that car in there. So we only get about a 1/10 jump for Cody. Jeff's going to have to run him down. Sam is in position. Here we go. Someone's going to the final. Who's it going to be? Cody takes that one. 714. Moving on to the final. Got beat out by a 704 for the right lane. But the 04, he was on a 600 index. So even though it's an 04, that is a bummer for that Torino. Braid car strikes again. It did have a little sputter off the line, so that's unfortunate. All right, right side, Gabe Zamor's Misfire in the right lane on the 600 index. Get him staged up against Cooter, 900 index. He broke out last time, so he definitely is going to want to not break out. He's going to want to run right at that 900 index. Everything is set. Sam's in position. We're rolling. Who's going to be running? Ooh, and this car didn't make a move. There he goes. And he still breaks out. 885. Right lane takes the win. Runs a 619 on a 600 dial. He is going to the finals. That is a tough one for that car. Not sure why it didn't want to move, but he is staying in the semis. There we have it, guys. There's our final round. Gabe Zamor and Cody Clark. Going to be a 600 index versus a 700 index. Let's see what happens. Get this set real quick. Right lane will be Cody running the 700. And the left lane will be Gabe running a 600 index. This is it, guys. All the marbles right here. Make sure you are keeping track of your times and everything. If you're still watching, we appreciate you. This is final round time. Who's going to take it? Here we go. Left lane takes it, runs a 616 with a 9. So Gabe Zamor takes the win, 616 with a 9. Cody's car runs a 725, which is still respectable, but a 16 beats a 25. Great job. Let's get over to the prize table. We can shout out to our awesome sponsors. So a lot of sponsors here, even sponsors that are racing with us. So Jag Hobbies, DeFalco Design, AFX, Harry Canary Bodies, Enzo Rings, Lucky Bob's Raceway, Bomb Ass Beef Jerky, Radical Slot Car Bodies, Super Tires, HC Slots, Viper Skull Racing, and Stuart Barber with his ham radio. So shout out to you guys. We appreciate you. If you didn't make it to the finals and you still want to win prizes, everybody's entered to win the grand prize drawing, which will be the last video that we post out. Really cool, higher dollar amount prizes in there, so make sure you check that video out. First up, we are going to draw for our winner, Mr. Gabe Zamor. Let's see what Gabe gets. So first one up is going to be $10 Viper gift card. So $10 Viper gift card, store credit for the Viper shop. Pretty cool. We appreciate you. Next up, we have our runner-up, bag of jerky. So our runner-up, bag of jerky. What flavor is it going to be? Right here, cherry Thai chili. So awesome flavor. Cody will enjoy that. Shout out to Bomb Ass Beef Jerky, Wesley Young, for supplying that for us. And we will draw for our first place winner again. What do we got? Another bag of jerky. 29 this time. That is this one, traditional style. So shout out and killer prizes. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. We got a couple more groups to go and the pro classes, and we'll see you on those ones.